What's going on YouTube? Team Starcraft here, bringing you another Legacy of the Void multiplayer game. Today we have a matchup. It is Team SC, yours truly representing the channel, playing in the south corner with Ally Brain Crusher, aka 2-base Muta. But today we are playing with a random ally. His name is Raxlin spawning as the red Protoss. Spec is busy working, so he wasn't able to join us today, and we are up against Sakyal, the yellow Protoss, Hydra, the purple Zerg, and Dark Maple, the orange Zerg. Now, I haven't played too many games since the game came out, but I've been playing a lot of multiplayer, and the games I have been playing, I've been just going for pretty much Cyclones every game. They are a lot of fun. They're not always called for. Sometimes it is better to just go for more traditional mech like tanks and mines, but I've been kind of just ignoring everything and just going for Cyclone every game because they're just a whole bunch of fun. So I'm opening up gas first, getting my barracks down. I'm going to throw down that factory as soon as the barracks finishes. I should be at 100 gas. Meanwhile, Brain Crusher looks like he's going for Speedling opening. And Uncouth going for a very fast expansion. Good for him. Hopefully we'll have a lot of army to help back us up. Meanwhile, we have both Zerg players on the other side taking expansions of their own, and the Protoss also expanding. So we'll see how things go down. So the map we are playing on, here 1 second. Good water. We are playing on the map called Avalon Labs. So you have 3 bases that spawn together. You have 3 easy expansions at your back, only accessible by air. And then you have a little ramp to your joined bases, and then you have all these other expansions off to the side. A little bit more difficult to defend, but as you can see, there's an abundance of bases, even far out here in the corners. There are 4 watchtowers, 5, excuse me, on 6. There are 6 watchtowers on this map. So if you get all the watchtowers, you can get a whole bunch of map control. So definitely recommend, especially if you're playing with the Zerg, make sure they send a couple links, try to get these towers and get your vision, because there's a lot of intel you can have from having all these towers. Alright, so anyways, things going down. Uncouth getting his Cybercore out. Second Nexus has finished. Second expansion coming down for me right now. Going to be swapping out. Actually decide to open up for Hellions before Cyclones this game, because there's 2 Zerg players. Speedlings are very good against Cyclones, so if you have a couple Cyclones out and they get the speed upgrade, your Cyclones are pretty much dead. So since we're playing against 2 Zerg, I decided to get a couple Hellions first and then get the Cyclones later, so the Hellions can cover against Lings and Cyclones against everything else. And it's been working out pretty good for me. Brain Crusher has a Roach worn down. Speed is about to finish. Does decide to go for an expansion down on the low ground instead of the easy back base. We'll see if that works out for him or ends up being a pain. But so far, we're just waiting for things to marinate. Hydra is going for a Spine Crawler, teching up to a lair at this time. Meanwhile, Speed's almost done for Dark Maple, also teching up to a lair. And the yellow Protoss throwing down a Gateway and a Robo Bay. Maybe you see some Disruptor play this game, we'll see. Anyways, couple Speedlings, Slowlings going out on the map at this time. Speed not quite yet done. Trying to get a little scout. Speedlings deciding they're going to split off and go to 2 different packs of 3 to cover more ground, obviously. I'm sure he didn't try to do that. Anyway, Speedlings running by, and they are going to see this base. Wonder if he had an Overlord to come run by and got a scout of that. I know he's going to try to harass us, but Brain Crusher does have some roaches, so this is going to shut these Speedlings down. There's not enough of them to take out this base yet. Some Hellions coming in for me to help protect my ally. Dark Maple has a couple more Lings coming, but against roaches and Hellions, this is not going to do a lot. Mothership Core even coming to help with the fight. Speedlings going to be forced to run home. Does take a hidden base. Now this base is an unusual location because their ramp is here, so to get there they have to walk this long way to get to this base. So it's definitely going to be very difficult to defend if we do get scat of that. All in all, not much going on. Just macroing. Overlord's chilling. Uncouth going for the charge lot upgrade, along with the Templar Archives. No? Just Robobay, Gateway, Forge. Ah, there it is, Templar Archives. So it looks like he'll be trying to go for some charge lot Archon. And we do have the factories down, getting the Mag Field Accelerator upgrade for the Cyclone. Cyclone's ability, Lock On. Does 400 damage over 14 seconds. Once you get in a certain range, it'll automatically lock on, and then you get an extended range, so where you can move your Cyclone and still fire at the unit. Once you get the mag field accelerator, it does upgrade that damage from 400 to 800 versus armored. So pretty much twice the damage against armored units like Stalkers, Battle Cruisers, Immortals, things of that nature, which makes them very good at taking out big, strong, slow things. And you have some Hellions covering these Cyclones against any Speedlings. Meanwhile, do have some drones transferring, making the Great Migration across the map. A big roach ball moving out, but these Cyclones are going to see them and be able to micro against those roaches. They're not fast enough to get to the Cyclones. I don't even think they're fast enough on creep. So anyways, Roach is going to be forced to have to run back home. And these Cyclones are getting just free kills. A lot of free kills, getting the lock on, running away. And see, this is just very annoying, and this is why Cyclones are so good at early game map control. Because they have to run back up. Even the Protoss coming here, going to get some lock-ons on a couple Stalkers, and just like that, 3 Stalkers do go down. And they're trying to move across the map right now, but they can't with these Cyclones hitting them up and running away. And right now we just have the little Cyclone dance. Hellions keep them covered against the little things, and the Cyclones distract the damage. And it's also a good idea, if you can, keep a couple Hellions in front of your Cyclones, so that way they take the damage, so the Cyclones get the lock on and dish out the damage. Hellions only 100 minerals, pretty expendable. Going to get some lock-ons on these roaches here, and just like that, backing away, taking out a good chunk of roaches. They're trying to push out across the map, it looks like, but every time they come, these Cyclones just keep them boxed in. Even that Immortal getting locked onto and not able to get out of that range of that Cyclone. That Immortal does go down. That is a big hit. Immortals are expensive units, and they go down pretty much for free. Cyclone's getting a lock on. Very annoying for Seagull, losing his mothership core as well. A DT coming from Uncouth to join the fight, and this Zealot will never catch these Cyclones. And as you can see, they really haven't lost any Cyclones. All of these staying alive, just microing against it. Roaches going down like nothing. Upgrade Macfield has finished. And just going to be chasing down this poor Immortal. It's going to be a second Immortal that Cycle has lost. And oh my gosh. These Cyclones really doing a lot of work. Meanwhile, keeping Brain Crusher time to macro up and build up an army. Does have a couple roaches out. Uncouth look like he's going for the offensive as well. Throwing down a forward pylon. Double hatch coming down for Hydra on the side, trying to get more bases up. And as you can see, this game is just a true testament to the power of Cyclones. They just keep your opponent in the base, and it's very hard to break out. Very good at map control. Very good. Even Brain Crusher a lot of time, spreading the creep across the map, and we've got the towers and the creep. A whole bunch of vision. Cyclone's getting another good lock on. Disruptors going down. Stalkers going down like nothing. Blue Flame going to make quick work of these Zealots, and just doing the Cyclone dance, getting up, getting a lock on, and running away. Even Disruptors trying to get some shots off, but the Cyclone's a little bit too fast. 2 more Cyclones coming in, getting a lock on all these roaches, and Hydra does lose everything right there. That is just horrible. Going to be scouting out these bases. Do find these purple bases. Cyclone's going to be doing work. It's a bad day to be a queen. Hatch is going to go down. Doesn't look like any army coming by. Meanwhile, we have Uncouth over here just building up his Templars and Zealots. Army is forced to stay on top of the ramp at their home base at this time. Looks like Nida Swarm is coming down for Dark Maple in the bottom corner, deciding to do something more strategic because he can't walk across the map with all this vision and creep and watchtowers and Cyclones. It's a little bit too dangerous, so he's going to try to attack on the other side, and we do not have vision of this. We do not have vision. We'll see if Brain Crusher finds out. These Hydras are going to come in and get the free snipe on this base. There's nothing here. Brain Crusher with the Watch Nidus, which is a little bit too late. Hatch is going down. Does manage to save the work. There's a couple roaches coming to defend the base. Not quite enough yet, but there more will come reinforced. Hydra's going to be taking out that extractor. Trying to run away. They're going to go back to the Nidus and try to get out of there. Hydras do make it back to the Nidus Swarm before the roaches can get the snipe. And he does manage to save his Hydras. Should be coming out over here at this site. And we do have the Protoss. His charge is done. He's got some disruptors. He is going to move across the map. He is tired of staying on 2 bases in his base. Meanwhile, we do have the big roach ball, Zealot ball, Cyclones coming over here to take care of that Overlord. And big fight coming here for the Protoss. Charge lot Archon, or not even Archon, charge lots and Storms against Zealots and Stalkers and Disruptors. Disruptor sending some shots off, not splitting them as well as he could have. Even a Mothership Core joining the fight, and these Zealots are going to destroy him. These Zealots are 2-2-2. Meanwhile, Cyclone has been slacking on his upgrades. He's actually 0-0-0. So that's why his army got evaporated, because he was way behind on the upgrades. Zealots getting overzealous, just going to be charging up the ramp, trying to do whatever they can. Hydras are here, though, and they do good damage per second. They're going to clean up these Zealots pretty easily. Taking out the Mothership Core. Even Braincrusher Roach is trying to bust up that ramp, but that's never a good engagement. You don't want to be fighting at a small choke like that. You always want to wait. It's never a smart engagement. You can lose bad trade-offs like that unless you just have an overwhelming amount of units. He's bringing in Stalkers now. Uncouth, determined to keep this aggression and keep poking in up here. Cyclone's still getting lock-ons, camping out at the bottom of the ramp, making sure nothing goes out. And we do have some Liberators here to join the fight, and this will make this siege a lot easier. Liberators are going to be moving forward, sniping that observer, going to be turning into defender mode. Liberators do anti-air splash damage, but have a second ability called the fighter mode, defender mode, excuse me, where they do huge single target damage, 85 damage, and fairly moderate attack speed. Cyclones locking on to a bunch of overlords, killing a bunch of overlords and hydras, and still staying here on the Liberator field to stay safe while they're getting Lycons running away. Lurkers are getting some good hits on the Cyclones, though. Going to be losing a decent chunk of this army. The Liberator is going to be moving the perimeter up a little forward, and that defender mode is so good it can be upgraded to have even longer range, and anything that comes in pretty much gets destroyed. Liberator is also very good at high single target damage, pretty much good against almost everything. Look at those, see those Hydras, they just evaporate under the Liberator fire. Cyclones coming in, getting a lock on and running back to the Liberator shots. Hydras trying to come in here, but these Liberators are doing a pretty good job at killing the Hydras as well. One Liberator does go down, there's still 3 more. 4 kills, 11 kills, 4 kills. These Liberators destroying 12 kills, 13 kills before that one dies, and they are going to manage to clean up this ball, but they have left the game. Braincrusher did snipe out this base over here, and they have no bases. Creep spread, and just a very good game. Hope you guys enjoy that. I did comment that it was a little bit one-sided, but I just wanted to show you kind of how good the Cyclone can be. This was probably one of my most fun games I played with the Cyclone. Anyways, guys, till next time, Team Starcraft, dedicated to bringing you the best in team games. Signing out.